Hi, welcome to Wonderfully Wired. I'm Jharna. I am a late self discovered slash identified autistic adult. The reason I'm not using the term diagnosed is because it's a medical term. I don't have a formal diagnosis, but I stumbled onto the realization that I'm autistic about a year and a half back. My best friend sent me an article about women getting diagnosed very late in life in their 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s. And she thought, it might be interesting to read, and she sent me the article. So I went through this article, which was published in the NHS website. So there were about 9 big ways in which autism can present itself, and there were 4 subtler ways in which autism could present itself in people and in women. So when I went through that list, there was one particular trait that stood out to me. And I thought, okay, let me just go into it a little deeper, which was basically fascination of numbers. So I started doing a lot of research, came across many YouTube autistic creators, and started doing like an insane amount of research. So it took me a long time to assimilate it and check back with my childhood, my teen years, my 20s. I'm in my 30s, I'm 37, and I found out a few months after I turned 35. So did a lot of research and finally came to the realization that all of these ways in which autism can present itself applied to me like to a T. But then again, it's important to remember that if you've met one autistic person, you've only met one autistic person. So the more I was able to learn about this condition, neurodivergent condition, I realized my entire life made sense. A lot of things began to fall into place, and it's made it a little easier for me to look at myself and accept who I am. And hopefully, this is going to be a journey that, I'm just going to keep learning more and more and discovering more and more. Now, with regard to a formal diagnosis, I don't have a formal diagnosis. And I think a lot of people in the autistic community don't as well, for 2 reasons. This is my understanding, for 2 reasons, one of which is it's extremely expensive. An autism diagnosis can cost anywhere between 1,000 to 5,000 US dollars. It's extremely time consuming, and we don't have many specialists, psychiatrists, psychologists, people who are able to identify autism in adults, especially women, because there's a tendency to mask a lot, and they may not be able to exactly look for specific signs in high masking adults and women. Now, for my part, whether self diagnosis is valid or not, I will make a video on it soon, sometime soon. But this channel is basically to connect with other autistic people and just learn more about myself, and hopefully share my research about autism, my experiences, and just to feel like we're not we're not broken people. It's just that our brain works differently. And it's to connect with other people, feel less alone. And if you know of any other research that you could share with me, that'd be great. So the idea behind creating this channel is just so we can share what we know and hopefully find ways to accept ourselves better, advocate for ourselves better, and just be okay with who we are. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.